Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, April 18, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Atlanta Hawks vs Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics won and covered in Game 1, the Celtics led by as many as 32 and only trailed once early in the first quarter. The Celtics dominated the game on the boards, they out-rebounded the Hawks 58-45. The two Boston stars came to play, as Jaylen Brown had 29 points and 12 rebounds, and Jason Tatum added 25 points and 11 rebounds. If Atlanta cannot contain either of these two elite wings, it may be a quick series. Atlanta will be playing with a sense of desperation, they do not want to go down 2-0 in this series. Boston may be overconfident coming into this one, as they won the first game with relative ease. Statistics will typically regress back to the mean, and I do not expect Atlanta to shoot 5-29 from 3 again. Everyone other than Capella who plays major minutes can shoot from the outside, so expect them to connect on more long-range shots this game. Trae Young is unlikely to score 10 points below his average again. Marcus Smart is an excellent defender, but Boston's switching defensive style will create different matchups for Young with a simple ball screen. I wrote about how Boston dominated the boards, but that task becomes easier when the other team misses 24 threes. Atlanta needs a strong performance to stay alive, and getting 10 points is too many to pass up. Take the Hawks plus the points in Game 2. The first game of this series went under the total, with Boston playing strong and Atlanta having an awful shooting performance. I expect Atlanta to bounce back, hit more outside shots, and keep this game close. In order for Atlanta to do this, they will have to score big. The Hawks cannot rely on shutting down the Celtics. Boston has too many weapons, the Hawks will have to shoot well and try to outscore them. Expect Atlanta to pick up the pace, space the floor, and hit more of their outside shots. When the outside shots fall, it will open up the driving lanes for Young and Murray. The Hawks are 7th in offensive efficiency and 4th in tempo. When they play fast, they play well. Both teams will score big in a much closer game. Take the over. New York Knicks vs Cleveland Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell dropped 38 points and led a late surge in the fourth quarter, but it was not enough as the Cavaliers fell in Game 1. Darius Garland scored 17 points, and Jarrett Allen chipped in 14 points and 14 rebounds. Evan Mobley struggled for most of the night, only scoring 8 points on 4 of 13 shooting. Mitchell landed hard on his lower back after vaulting off a courtside table and landing several rows into the stands while saving a loose ball in the second quarter. He was writhing in pain while some fans behind helped him up and he returned to the floor. He looked fine, but it is something to monitor as the series goes on. The Knicks have dominated the Cavs in the postseason, winning all 3 previous playoff series. Cleveland also struggled during the year against the Knicks, losing their last 4. They mustered only 97 points Saturday. Donovan Mitchell scored 38 of his team's 97 points Saturday night as the Cavaliers fell in Game 1. Darius Garland scored 17 points, but Evan Mobley struggled for most of the night, only scoring 8 points on 4 of 13 shooting. The Knicks have dominated the Cavs in the postseason, winning all 3 previous playoff series. Cleveland also struggled during the year against the Knicks, losing their last 4. They mustered only 97 points Saturday, but I believe they will bounce back in this game and come away with a win at home. New York will be gritty enough to keep it close, as I anticipate another closely played game. Look for the Cavs to set the tone early with Allen and Mobley inside. Take the Knicks to beat the spread, but the Cavaliers to win Game 2. The New York Knicks put forth a feverish defensive effort and got key buckets late from Jalen Brunson as they defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers 101-97 to steal Game 1. Brunson shook off foul trouble and scored 21 of his 27 points in the second half. Julius Randle had not played since March 29 because of a sprained left ankle and said he was thankful he had enough energy for one last jump. During the regular season, Cleveland was at or near the bottom 5 with respect to the pace of play, and they remained there for much of the season. Considering the Cavaliers are at home and will be in desperation mode to avoid a 2-0 hole, I anticipate a much more feverish defensive effort in addition to them controlling the tempo on offense. Cleveland scored 97 points Saturday, but the Knicks did not fare much better, barely eclipsing the century mark. The total is set at 212.5, which is high in my opinion, seeing how Game 1 went way under. I feel the odds makers are overinflating the total, expecting a better shooting night from both teams. The defense will once again reign supreme, and the total will go under the 212.5 mark. Take the under. Los Angeles Clippers vs Phoenix Suns. The Clippers are 5 seed in the Western Conference playoffs. They hold a 44-38 record this season. The two teams split the season series 2-2. The Clippers took Game 1 of the series and have a 1-0 lead over the Suns. The Clippers won 115-110 on Saturday, April 15th. The Clippers lead for the entirety of the first half until the Suns made a comeback in the third quarter. The two teams went back and forth in the fourth quarter before the Clippers were able to come away with the victory. Kawhi Leonard was clutch in the game as he scored 38 points on 13 for 24 shooting. The Clippers out-rebounded the Suns 49-42 in the win. Los Angeles will be without Paul George for the entirety of the first round. This line is far too large for the Suns to cover. The Suns are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games when they have been favorites by 7 points or more. The one win came against the lowly Spurs late in the regular season. The Suns can win this game, but the firepower of the Clippers led by Leonard will be just too much for them to be blown out. Los Angeles is 5-5 against the spread in their last 10 games as an underdog, dating back to late January. The Clippers will keep this game close throughout. Take the Clippers to cover. Phoenix outscored the Clippers by 12 points in the second and third quarters of the game on Saturday, April 15th. But, the Clippers took advantage in the first and fourth quarters to steal a 115-110 win and take back home court advantage. It was a tough night for the Suns because they shot 47.6% from the field and had 4 fewer turnovers in the game. The Clippers were just able to hit more three-pointers in the win. Kevin Durant led the team with 27 points. Strangely, Durant has lost 7 straight playoff games dating back to 2021. Durant will try to snap that streak on Tuesday night. Cameron Payne is listed as questionable for Game 2 with a back injury. The Suns are 43-39-1 against the spread this season. They are 6-4 against the spread in their last 10 games, which includes their spread loss to the Clippers in Game 1 of the playoffs. Phoenix is averaging 113.6 points per game, which ranks 17th in the NBA. They are shooting 46.7% from the field, which ranks 23rd. The Suns are making 37.4% from behind the three-point line, which is 7th best. On defense, the Clippers are allowing 111.6 points per game, which ranks 6th. They are allowing their opponents to make 46.6% from behind the three-point line, which ranks 11th. Defensive intensity has shown up in the first games of the playoffs so far. The under is 10-6 in the playoffs so far, which includes the play-in games. The defense has been key, and it is hard to imagine that this game will be full of buckets. Take the under on Tuesday.